Hey guys, Wayne here from H2TechVideos. Today I'm going to be going over the tips and tricks on the new ZTE Grand X4. Alright, so we're going to start with a really simple one, which is just how to rearrange your navigation buttons at the bottom here. So out of the box, the left one is going to be your back button, the right one is going to be your recent apps. But if you go in the settings, you can actually change that around depending on what is a little bit more comfortable for you. Clean that up a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to navigation key. And here you have the option to switch them. So especially if you're coming from a Samsung device, you're probably used to the right one being the back button. We just go ahead and switch it just like that. And now this one is your back button and this is your recent app. So obviously, you know, pick the one that's more comfortable for you, and now you know how to do it. So next one is going to be how to put your apps into folders. And there's a little shortcut. When you're on your home screen, you're just going to hold down on one of the apps and you have to drag it up to folder, and then that will create a folder for you. You see that? So now it's automatically in a folder. So sort of a simple one, but not right in your face. I wanted to make sure you guys understood how to do that. And then if you want to take it out of the folder, just grab it and just drag it out, and it will get rid of the folder just like that. Okay? Alrighty. Our next one is going to be a cool feature that's called the My Pop. And it's basically a useful tool for using a phone. Like, this is obviously a pretty big phone here, and sometimes it's hard to reach everything. So if we go to the settings, and we're going to go down to, hope I'm saying this right, but the My Pop, and tap on there, and we're going to turn this on, and now we have this cool little floating button on the screen here. So it's just going to make it easier for you to use the phone with one hand, because when you tap it, so one, it can be a back button for you, or you can, if you drag it, it shows you the whole menu. So now I can access menu options, I can go back to home, I can pull up recent apps. So this way, when you're using the phone, it just makes it a little bit easier. Again, you're not either reaching down here or reaching up here. Everything you need is accessible just from this little button here. And you can always turn this off if you get, you know, irritated, you don't want it on the screen anymore. But I think it's a useful tool. Just to show you one more little tweak, you can set it so instead of it being a default to a back button, you can have it default to be a home key. So for example, if I'm in the Play Store, for example, I can just hit this and it's going to take me back home. It's sort of hard to demonstrate it because of how I'm shooting the video. Normally I would be just holding the phone with one hand and using it with one hand. So it doesn't, I'm not really showing it off 100% the way it's supposed to be used, but hopefully you understand the concept that that little floating button, you can just put it wherever you want it. And again, it's just going to make it easier for you to use the phone without having to reach down here or up here. So anyway, our next little tip is going to be, it's a really cool just shortcut on the keyboard. So we're going to just go to our Google search right here, and that's going to bring up our keyboard. Now in the left side here in the corner, tap on this little button, and you have a really simplified, easy way to customize your keyboard just in terms of the settings. So predictions, more settings. You can even split the keyboard just so you don't have to reach so much when you type. You also can resize the keyboard in case it's too big. Maybe you want to make it smaller, or maybe you need it to be a little bit bigger. I don't imagine too many people would need it that big, but at least now you know how to do it. All right. So just play around with that, because you're going to be able to do a lot that's just going to allow you to, you know, figure out what configuration is the best one for you, what makes it more comfortable for you to type. Okay. And our final one is one of my favorite little tips I show on all phones, and it's basically how to stretch your battery life by making a tweak to your Wi-Fi settings. So what we're going to do is, if you swipe down from the top and just hold on Wi-Fi for like a second, it will take you to your Wi-Fi menu. Now that we're here, upper right corner, go to the three dots and go to Advanced. And then here we're going to go down to where it says keep Wi-Fi on during sleep. Now what this does is basically it allows you to control how your phone operates when it's asleep. So two things: when your phone is asleep. So for example, this was what it means when it's asleep. My phone is still on, but it's asleep. So it's when your phone is asleep and when it's connected to Wi-Fi. So the way it's defaulted right now, it's set where if your phone is asleep and you're connected to Wi-Fi, your phone will continue to use Wi-Fi to update apps, to check for email, anything that, you know, data related, your phone is going to be using the Wi-Fi. Now the downside to this is that your phone is now, the battery is draining even though you're not using it. That's why I recommend you switch this to only when plugged in. And what that means is if your phone is asleep, it will only use Wi-Fi if it is plugged into a power source. So that way, at least your phone is being charged, versus if it's not being charged and the screen is off, it's basically draining battery, you know, because it's continuing to search for new information. And to me, nothing irritates me more than when my phone is off for, you know, a couple of hours and I go back to it and all of a sudden it's drained 20%. A good example of this is like at night when I go to sleep. Sometimes if my phone is charged at 100%, I won't keep it plugged in, but then I wake up and all of a sudden my phone is on 85% or 80%. So I just think it's a good idea to set that. There we go. To just go ahead and set it so your Wi-Fi will only be working when the phone is asleep if it's plugged into a power source. I know I took a lot of time to explain that, but hopefully I made that clear to you guys. That was our last tip. Hope you guys did find this video helpful. Make sure you like, favorite, and share the video if it was helpful. Also, check out our hidden feature video. That's going to show you some more cool stuff you can do with the phone that you probably didn't know out of the box. Thanks again for watching, guys, and have a good one.